competition to get better. So there was a connection, and we wanted to make sure we got enough talent to play every night.
Similar question that you had in there on running backs.
Yeah, both guys that I think have played college football, that had depth to the room, that give us more bodies to the room, that definitely had special teams value to the room. So they'll challenge and push those guys that are pursuing the Justice Haynes, the Jordan Marshalls, the Bryson Cuzzo, to push those guys and make sure that they're on their stuff as they go out in the year.
Cool.
How exciting is it that after replacing all the whole defensive cast last year, now everybody is back? Is that an underrated aspect, just how long it sort of took damage to sort of
Not underrated, just excited about having everybody back. Continuity is awesome, just having everybody back. And Wink is having the time of his life, which is awesome to see. When guys have fun, and he's mentioned to me that a couple of times how much fun he has around our players, how much they inspire him, and for a guy that's done it for so long, to say that about college athletes and about college coaches is really cool. So it's just great to have all our staff back. Obviously I had Chip. Chip has a cool element. Even though we make fun of him for his accent a little bit sometimes, but he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal addition. But there's such cohesion in the staff. Everybody gets along. Everybody hangs out with each other. Everybody sits together. You go to practice and Chip and Wink are talking to each other. That doesn't happen all the time. When that happens, it provides a special niche for the program.
Coach, how do you manage the fragile ego?
Sorry, one more about the defense. Obviously, Mason and KG are gone, maybe the studs, but it just feels like this defensive line is very deep. Does it kind of remind you of 2016 in that way?
Yeah, 10 deep. So you got 6 inside guys and 4 outside guys, which is crazy. And I was talking about the other day, it's like the 2 O-line is going to feel like they're dealing with the 1 defense. It's like, dude, you better buckle up when you go to practice because it's deep. You're going to be going against Derek Moore and Rayshon Benny and Trey Williams and Trey Pierce, TJ Guy, but then you got, they're not starting. Then the next week you got Cam Brandt, Dom Nichols, and Ike Wanya, and Anoeta, and Damon Payne. It's crazy how many guys. Cam Brandt, like this is a group that's going to be awesome to be a part of and deep and fun to watch. So super excited about how they challenge each other too throughout the summer.
Kind of going off of that, how good do you think these 2 duos could be? Derek Moore and TJ Guy and then Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshalls?
As good as any in the country. I feel bad for the offense sometimes when they're going against Derek and TJ. It's just, but every year it's like you go against the Michigan edge rushers and you feel like every year there's a new guy that pops out, right? It was Josiah Stewart last year. Before that, you had Braden McGregor and Jalen Harrell. Who forget about that? And you had Ajabo and Hutch. It's like every year just it's gonna be TJ and Derek, but then you got Cam and Dom Nichols, and like it's gonna be fun to have that. I'm glad they're on our team, and it's a fun duo. But it's gonna be hard to stop those guys. And with them, and then the running backs, Justice and Jordan, they're gonna be a great duo. Justice is a home run hitter, but so is Jordan. Jordan's that physical thunder that you need. So it's gonna be fun to watch those guys.
For your injury, how hard is it preparing for the season, not knowing what the NCAA is going to do when they're going to play?
Obviously can't talk about that, but not hard because you're just so excited about what's going on in the program and the team, and our players just don't get distracted by all that. Our coaches don't get distracted by all that because you can't worry about stuff you can't control. So all we're going to do is worry about what we can't control and go play.
If there's some sort of suspension for you, do you have a plan in place?
Yep.
Can you share?
We'll wait to see if that happens.
Go on the left there now.
Coach, how do you manage the fragile ego of a young quarterback and coaching them? How do you manage the fragile ego of a young quarterback?
It can't be fragile. When you're the quarterback at Michigan, that word can't exist for a quarterback position. You can't be a fragile guy. You can't be sensitive. You got to be able to be coached. You got to be able to be pushed hard. You got to be able to manage criticism because it's going to come. You throw one bad pass and people are going to yell at you or message you on Twitter, so you better turn off social media and don't worry about it and worry about the people that matter. So For us, it's again just creating a village for whoever that person is to make sure that they're successful, and like we did with JJ, like we've done with any quarterback that's been a part of it, make sure we love them and show them what really matters.
Left James.
Sharron, Tony Petiti on the investigation said that he thought that we need to find a way to do these things faster. What is your opinion on the speed of this thing?
Yeah, I'm not really comment on just whatever that is. Rather just worry about our team and our players.
Left there.
Sharron, you earlier when you were asked about Oklahoma, you said you're a Wolverine. In this profession, how difficult is it when you played somewhere, coached other places, to then now you're here, full attention here, especially when you do have a game like you guys have this year?
Not very hard. I'm like I've said before, it's pretty documented how much I love Michigan. I'm fully invested in Michigan, what it's done for me, and what I continue to do for Michigan. So it's not hard for me to turn that page and understand that I'm all about Michigan.
As a young coach, was that something as you started to work your way up that you had to, as you moved places, had to kind of adjust to that? I'm here now, and this is my sole focus.
I mean, I think for me, I've always just lived by the motto, be where your feet are. So wherever I was going to try to do the best I could wherever I was. When I was at the University of Louisville, I was there for 5 years. That's what I did. When I was at Central Michigan, I was there for 4 years. That's what I did. And now this is year 8 at Michigan, and I plan on being here for as long as they'll have me, and being here for a long time. So my goal is not to try to think about where I've been or where I'm going to be. It's be right here, and that's it.
Grace obviously has his legs too. Would you be more apt to run him given his physical stature and his physical skills, given all four type of beat?
I mean, I think whenever you have a quarterback, they've got to have the ability to do that. But if you run your quarterback, you better have two. So even JJ would ask me if he could run. I'd say no, you're not, because I don't want you to get hit. So it doesn't matter how big you are, the dudes that are going to hit you are bigger. So those are things that we'll make a decision on if we become the starting quarterback when those times come.
And can you talk about the punting competition a little bit and what you expect there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think Hudson right now is in pole position to take that because of what he did in the lead up. But got a couple guys that we brought in, but I'm just ready to see. Fall camp will tell a lot of who's going to take the spot and what it's going to look like. But just ready to see what happens in fall camp.
Right here.
Like, you have enough time to do the job and fix that in spring with the pack.
Yeah, I mean, when you play 2,029 snaps in college football, I think you can. I've seen guys, was just doing research on our players and our team. Rod Moore is a true freshman, came in June, and ended up being a starter for us on our defense. So if a guy like that can do it out of high school, he's played a lot of college football. He can definitely do it. So, but again, we'll see what happens as we go through camp.
Coach, last year you guys had to replace every single one of your starting offensive line, whereas this year you obviously returned starters. So what would you say is the value, especially as a former line coach, in bringing returning offensive line?
It's huge. There's no substitute for experience on the football field, especially in the trenches. So to have guys that had started the whole year and have the confidence to do that. I mean, Evan Link went from right tackle to left tackle in the bowl game and played really, really good. Actually, in the bowl game and the Ohio State game at that position. So people forget he was a redshirt freshman. And Gio Hadi was probably a guy that played the most snaps. Greg Crippen had really never played. He'd been behind an Outland and Remington winner and a first team All Big Ten player. So to have guys that have played football, that have played in games, and then bring in transfers that have experience like Lawrence Tatar, Brady Norton, those guys will just help push the group along with the talented freshmen that we have. So stoked for it. Stoked to see where we're at, and I think we're going to be in a good position because of it.